My name is Isabella Rains, and I was a jazz musician with a love for the sultry notes that danced in the smoky air of dimly lit clubs. Little did I know that my inheritance of a legendary jazz club would immerse me in a spectral symphony, where the boundary between the living and the dead blurred, and the stage became a haunting realm of eerie collaborations. The club, once a haven for jazz enthusiasts and musicians alike, had a storied history steeped in legend and tragedy. As the sole heir to its legacy, I found myself standing at the threshold of a venue that resonated with echoes of the past. The moment I stepped through its doors, a spectral energy clung to the air, as if the very essence of jazz had intertwined with the fabric of the club. On my first night as the club's owner, I took the stage, the spotlight casting long shadows that seemed to sway in rhythm with the anticipation in the room. The audience, a mix of jazz aficionados and curious newcomers, awaited the first notes to fill the void left by the passage of time. As I struck the first chords, a haunting sensation enveloped me. The club, it seemed, pulsed with a life of its own, resonating with the collective memories of performances long past. The jazz, once confined to the temporal confines of the living, had become a spectral force that transcended the boundaries between life and death. The first night unfolded like a fever dream. Midway through my performance, a cool breeze swept through the club, carrying with it the ghostly echoes of saxophones, trumpets, and pianos. The spirits of deceased musicians, drawn to the ethereal cadence of the jazz, had returned to the stage. I, Isabella Rains, found myself entangled in a supernatural collaboration. The spirits, their spectral presence almost palpable, wove their haunting melodies into the fabric of the performance. The living and the dead converged in a spectral crescendo, creating a jazz symphony that resonated through the very soul of the club. As the night progressed, the spectral collaboration intensified. The living musicians, now vessels for the ethereal talents of the deceased, played in unison with the ghostly figures that materialized beside them. The club, once a mere venue, had become a gateway between two realms, an ephemeral stage where the living and the dead engaged in a spectral dance. The audience, initially captivated by the novelty of the performance, soon realized the supernatural nature of the collaboration. Whispers circulated through the crowd, as onlookers grappled with the eerie realization that they were witnessing a fusion of worlds, where the notes played by the living fingers resonated with the spectral echoes of those long gone. Night after night, the spectral collaborations continued. The jazz club, now a conduit for the supernatural, drew crowds from far and wide. Musicians, both living and deceased, engaged in a spectral jam session that defied the laws of the tangible. The line between performer and audience blurred as the club transformed into a surreal realm, where the ephemeral and the corporeal coexisted. Yet, as the spectral collaborations continued, a disquieting undercurrent emerged. The spirits, once content with their nightly appearances, began to exhibit signs of unrest. Their ethereal melodies, once harmonious, took on discordant notes that echoed through the club like a lament from the other side. I, Isabella Rains, delved into the club's history, seeking answers to the spectral unrest that now permeated the air. Legend spoke of a tragic night in the club's past, where a fire had claimed the lives of some of the most revered jazz musicians of their time. It was said that their spirits, unable to find peace, had returned to the club to continue their performances in the afterlife. Determined to bring harmony to the spectral symphony, I sought a way to appease the restless spirits. Through rituals and offerings, I attempted to bridge the gap between the living and the dead, to create a harmonious collaboration that honored the legacy of the jazz club without perpetuating the discord that had emerged. The night of the ritual arrived, the air thick with anticipation. As I played a mournful melody on my saxophone, a spectral mist enveloped the stage. The spirits drawn to the ethereal notes materialized in a semi-transparent tableau. It was a delicate dance between the living and the dead, a collaboration that sought to heal the wounds of the past. As the final notes of the ritual echoed through the club, a profound stillness settled over the venue. The spirits, once restless, now seemed to embrace a sense of closure. The spectral collaborations, now infused with a newfound harmony, continued but with an ethereal grace that honored the legacy of the deceased musicians. The club, once a haunted realm caught in the liminal space between life and death, now stood as a testament to the enduring power of music. The spectral symphony, once fraught with discord, had transformed into a melodic tapestry that bridged the ephemeral and the corporeal. I, Isabella Raines, continued to play at the crossroads of the living and the dead, where the jazz club had become a sanctuary for both the spectral and the corporeal. The haunting melodies, once a source of discord, now resonated with a spectral grace, a testament to the enduring legacy of jazz that transcended the boundaries of mortality.